So dance to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight will always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Comes where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome here. Welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on and whatever time you are watching this video. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose, and I am your host, Crystal Lavender. Some people know me as Criddle, like Riddle with the C. Other people know me as Nacho Mama. That was my old YouTube handle back in the day, but I'm going to go with my God-given name, which is Crystal Lavender. So, woo, woo. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are going to do the collective of Scorpio, the Scorpio collective. But before we get started, we are going to talk about this. This is my book. It is called Say You Love, and it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood, SA, and addiction. And I wrote this whole entire book using my phone and some paper. Like I would do a talk to text into my phone, and then I would go back through and kind of edit it or whatever. And I share my story very loudly and very vulnerably because there are people out there that are suffering in silence, okay? And I don't want anybody to feel like they're alone. So I am very honest and very vulnerable for anybody out there that um, needs me to be honest and vulnerable, so they know that there is a possibility of change, that things can get better, that things won't always be the same. um, I am very loud about my recovery because somebody out there is dying in silence. Okay, so hi, my name is Crystal, and I am almost 4 years into my sobriety, clean and sober. 4 years. All right, it'll be 4 years on February 14th, and yeah. So this book will be in the description box of every single one of my videos. It wasn't in my older videos because I didn't have a book back then, but it's in all of the newer ones. And you can get it on Amazon for $12.12, or you can get a signed copy if you email me and I'll ship one out to you, or you can get a free copy if you go to my website. And all of that stuff will be in the description box. Okay, and this book goes all the way from the things that happened when I was a child to running away from home and being on Sally Jesse Raphael and going to Woodstock 99, hitchhiking, hopping illegal freight trains. Like I've lived like 1,000 different lifetimes in this one lifetime. All right. So that will be down there. All right. So Scorpio, let's get this party started. Hi, Scorpio. We're going to start out with the general message and then we will go to the love portion. Okay. So, what sort of general messages do my Scorpio collective need to hear today? Please and thank you. I've got this 360-day challenge going on. I'm on day number 9 of my 360-day challenge. Well, when I'm recording this, I am. I'm not sure when you're going to watch it, but when I recorded it, I'm on day number 9. So, what sort of challenges are you giving to yourself this year? You gonna run a marathon, training for a marathon? What do you got? You doing a piece of artwork every day? Are you changing one habit? You know, what is your New Year's resolution? Like type that into the comments below, all right? So general messages for Scorpio. New heights. Maybe some of y'all are learning how to fly. Taking some pilot lessons or something. I took pilot lessons before. Like planes really like to fly. Like they're it's crazy how easy a plane takes off when it gets a going, it just goes. So it says new heights. Let your connection with spirit ground you as you reach for the sky. Some of you might be taking a flight somewhere. Have flights booked? Is that part of your new year, new me deal? And worth the effort. You are definitely worth the effort, Scorpio. Definitely. No questions about it. Hands down, worth the effort. Embracing the challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead you to rewarding discoveries. So I feel like maybe some of y'all are really booking an adventure, like you are um traveling. I think I got this in your 2025 read about how you're going to go on adventures and go backpacking through um through different countries. You know, you might go to, I know I had mentioned Italy in the message before, but I really feel like there is like maybe Greece, maybe Tahiti, Thailand or something. Maybe some of y'all are taking a flight and going on a cruise and then backpacking through some areas. Maybe you're off to see sacred sites, like you're stopping to see like sacred temples or like a pilgrimage, something about a pilgrimage, maybe. Bask in the meadow of moments where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. The now is amazing. They say if you are worried, have anxiety, fear, that means that you're living too much in the future and not in the present. If you have a lot of regret or shame or guilt, that means you're living too much in the past and not being present in the present. So you could kind of gauge where, if you're living in your now, by if you're experiencing fear or anxiety, that means that you're worried too much about your future. And if you're stuck in shame and guilt and all of those like type of unforgiving natures, then you are stuck in too much of the past. So being present in the now is the most important for sure. And quiet moments, seek solace in the silence where clarity finds its true voice. It's amazing the company that silence keeps. You can find so many answers when you step away from all of the chaos of the world and tap into your inner self, to your higher self, to your spirit guides, to your angels, your ancestors, whatever you like to call them. And you get that moment of clarity, you know? It's amazing the company silence keeps. What else do we have this Scorpios? Don't be a people pleaser. It says all must have prizes. You're not going to make everyone happy, okay? It's impossible. There's it's impossible to make everyone happy. Like there's always someone that's going to say something about something. There's always someone that's going to say something about what you look like, how you dress, why'd you do this, why you didn't do that, how come you're not this way, how come you're not that way, how come you are this way. It's like you're not ever going to make every single person around you happy. So don't be a people pleaser, especially if it's at the cost of your own sanity, all right? Feel like you might be being pulled in too many different directions. You know, you are the like you're in the PTA, you know, you have to go to the meetings for the kids at school. You're part of Boy Scouts and you are in charge of planning their 50-year reunion, or you know, whatever parties they've got going on. Like you you are definitely involved. Like I feel like you're really involved into lots of different social social networks, but don't give out too much of yourself, okay? Save some of yourself for yourself because you're delicious. You are delicious, Scorpio. All right, let's go on to the love. I know that's why most people are like, get to the love, get to the love, okay? All right, we will go with the single Scorpios first. Single Scorpios first. Single Scorpios. What do we got for the single Scorpios in love? Singles, are you trying to go back to somebody else? Like you're going back to whatever's familiar? You're looking backwards. like the rearview mirror is super small for a reason, okay? Like the windshield is huge because you're supposed to be able to see where you're going when you're going forward. The rearview mirror is tiny because you don't need to be looking backwards, all right? If you're trying to if you're hmm, I've heard a saying once that taking your ex back is like trying to put poop back in your butt, okay? It doesn't work like that. Don't be taking your ex back because you're lonely, because you don't think that there's any other option. All right. This is very specific for those of you that are, you know, like, I wonder what my ex is up to. Like, no, no, no. You've done so much healing and you've gone so far to be going backwards. So don't go backwards, okay? I know that is for a very specific group of you. I know that's not for everyone. All right. But yeah, there's no nurturing there. Like we have a tendency when we start getting nostalgic, we'll look backwards and we forget why we ever even broke up with a person in the first place or whatever really went wrong. It's like we kind of like stuff underneath the rug and forget. But that connection was not nurturing. It was not nurturing to your soul. You got the Empress in reverse. So it was not nurturing. There was a lot of stagnancy, a lot of creative blocks there. So don't go back to the person in the past. Oh, and the tower. It'll just be a repeat cycle. Okay? That will be disastrous. You'll remember real quickly why you did not want to do that. All right, let's get a different message. That seemed very specific. You feel like it really was a hot mess express, but like enough time has passed where you've almost forgot. So I mean, do what you're gonna do. Always trust your own self and do what you need to do. Like, don't give your power away to anyone. Make your own decisions, of course, but for those that you need it, for those of you that need it, yeah. All right. Single Scorpio's not looking at their ex. I guess that was a past person reading. You got the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse. Are you like not, you're just not interested in anybody? Or there's like nobody that you're really connecting with? Not very interested. It's like you're not getting the messages that you want. It's like nobody is stimulating your mind. Like, and I think the person that you are interested in like lives far away, so you kind of feel like it's not ever really going to work, or you kind of like sloughed it off. I feel like there's one person that you're interested in and they don't really live in your town or don't live anywhere near you, and it would take a whole lot of work with the Two of Pentacles to make it work with this person, but everybody else that you've talked to is just not interesting. They're not stimulating. They're not sparking your passion, your creativity. You want to make that leap of faith though with the Fool card. I think if you knew that it was a solid bet with this person that you would need to travel to or travel for, I think that you would absolutely take that leap of faith. But I don't know if you've gotten like maybe you're waiting for a sign, you know, or maybe waiting for this person to like open up and express themselves to you. Yeah, Two of Cups. They absolutely have feelings for you, all right? They might not be completely open about it, but if you're not taking the chance on this person because they haven't like fully expressed their emotions to you, they absolutely do have feelings. They do feel the same way. They do feel that you are um they feel that you are on the same page as them. The Ace of Cups here. They are a little bit worried that either you're being deceptive or you're worried that they're being deceptive. There is a worry here of somebody being shady. But I think it's just because of the lack of communication. It like makes your mind, like, you get to fill in all the blanks. Like, unless you ask the questions, then your imagination will go wild, and then you fill in all the blanks yourself, and sometimes they're outrageous. Okay. Excuse me. Sometimes it's really outrageous what we feel, like what our imagination fills in. It's like if we don't hear from a person, then all of a sudden they're out doing God knows what with who knows who, and it could be really far from the truth. This person absolutely does want to come together with you. I believe that there is like, if they're being quiet, it's because they work. It has something to do with their work. It's not that they're ignoring you and being shady. I believe that there is just like, you let your imagination run wild, because they do have feelings for you with the Ace of Cups here, the Two of Cups, the Fool card. I just feel like there's a little bit of a blockage there as far as like how far away they are from you, and there's some communication issues. I think they work a lot. Yeah, so this isn't going to come to an end anytime soon. Not going to come to an end. Page of Wands in the upright. I think once you guys get this started, once you actually communicate with each other, then it's going to move really rapidly. Going to move, vroom, beep, beep, all super fast. But there's definitely a lack of communication, which makes the imagination fill in all kinds of weird scenarios. So be mindful of that, all right? Deck switch. What do we got? Thank you guys so much for being here. Please remember to hit that little like button on your way in or on your way out, all right? It does so much for YouTubers' channels, man. Like, we absolutely appreciate you. I know I do. I absolutely appreciate it. What else do we got? The Four of Wands. That's that 1111 card. You just feel that it's not the right time, or there's something about timing. Like, something about timing, or like, it's like the gears don't mesh. Like, you guys are really compatible, like mentally compatible, but for some reason or another there is an obstacle in the way, where it doesn't feel like it's going to move forward. Like, you don't feel that you have, like, it's just like bad luck, like bad timing, bad luck. And you might feel like it's a little bit unfair, or maybe they treat you unfairly. But I really feel that there's a serious lack of communication. Serious lack of communication. And this person is all about their work, all about their work. But they're not indecisive. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Lover's card. So they absolutely feel a very, very intense, strong connection with you. But there's just a weird lack of communication or miscommunication, and like an obstacle of travel in the way. Scorpio going to come together with this person. Ooh, the Devil. Don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. Like, this person could have some sort of substance abuse issues, or just some sort of negative, like, entity attached to them that they're working with. Or that could be the brain chatter, the filling in the blanks. Don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. I feel like you should keep your options open. Like, don't put all your eggs in this one basket, okay? Make sure that you're filling your own cup and you're staying level-headed. Don't let Don't be staying awake all night wondering what this person is doing. All right. That could be the negative entities that are attached to this, like that devil energy, because there is a very strong connection there. But there definitely feels like there is an obstacle, either a travel obstacle or just a communication obstacle. But there's the sun. Like, you guys really could work this out. It really could work. There's a lot of potential there. Just don't fill in the blanks, okay? Make sure you're asking the questions. If you have a question, make sure you ask them. Don't just let your imagination run wild, okay? Because we do that. And then we take it as truth, and it's not even really the truth. All right, let's go on to the Scorpios in a relationship. What do we have for Scorpios that are in a relationship? Scorpios in a relationship. Using my new deck that my brother got me. These are super nice. They're all fancy. Look, all fancy. What is that? Eight of Swords. Bam, bam, bam. The Three of Swords and Three of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. The Star in reverse. Feels like you're tired of being heartbroken over this situation. You're tired of having the same conversation, expressing your same concerns, not receiving any sort of validation or um, any sort of attempt to correct anything that is bothering you. It's like you've lost hope in this situation. It's like where you once were hopeful, it's like there's been so much heartbreak and turmoil in this situation, and yeah, you feel like it's over. You feel like the cycle has come to an end. Like you're like, I don't I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm going, but you don't feel like you could stay where you're at. Like you've lost hope about this situation. You've probably even expressed your concerns. It's like when you tell somebody about how you're feeling about something, I mean, not everything is like it takes two to tango, all right? So sometimes we have no control over what happens outside of us, but we can try to work on how we react to it. Like, say your partner, never puts the dishes away when they say they're going to put them away, and it's just you've expressed it to them how it bothers you, and it doesn't seem to ever like change. Well, if they're not going to change that, then you can either change the way you feel about it when it happens, or you can let it go or accept it, right? You can change the way you feel about it. Like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't get as upset when A plus B happens. All right. But they should also put some sort of action towards alleviating your concerns, right? Like if they're not putting any sort of effort whatsoever into, trying to make sure that you don't feel a certain way, or it's like they can try to put some effort in and you could put some effort into not being so upset about it, right? Like it does take two to tango. But I feel like you've lost hope for this situation. Like you're just tired of having to heal. You're tired of arguing. You're tired of having the same argument. I mean, it's one thing if you guys argue or whatever, like most people are arguing because they want to be right, not because they're trying to understand or trying to come to a compromise. It's like one person feels like they are right and the other person is wrong. And that's not how you come to a compromise. That's not how you work as a team. That's not how you build a stronger foundation. Like I feel like there's been a lot of a lot of angry words spoken with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. There's been a lot of hurtful things said, things that you can't ever take back. And you're just wondering where it's going from here. It's like, do I stick around because I have put so much effort into it? Well, the death is in reverse. The death is in reverse. And the Judgment card, the Ace of Cups. I mean, if you're going to decide to stick around or forgive them for whatever it was that has happened in the past, that means you can't bring it back up again. Forgiving someone doesn't mean that you can throw it back in their face the next time that you get into an argument, and vice versa. All right? But if you're going to work on this, you have to solidly work on this. Okay? And it takes two to tango. The Death card is your card. Judgment card is your card. The Ten of Wands, it's a burden. Just drop some of the burden. If you really want this to work, you're going to have to forgive them and not bring it back up again, or they're going to have to forgive you and not bring it back up again. You're going to have to drop that burden, drop that resentment. That's the only way. You know? Like, don't do things on purpose that you know are hurtful. It's one thing to do things to do stuff on an accident, like, oh, you accidentally like hurt this person's feelings, or you accidentally like, you know, left the dishes in the dishwasher, but it's a whole other thing when you do things on purpose with malice, like, oh, well, I'm not doing it because da 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 da, with that sort of attitude, like any of that, well, I'm not doing that. I'm not this. That's a tone of malice, all right? So be mindful of your actions and what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing, okay? About justifying what it is that you're doing or how you're going about doing it. Because there is healing here with the Ace of Wands. Look, that medic symbol, there's definitely healing here. There's room to heal, there's room to grow. And the Death is in reverse. So, I mean, it can be fixed. This can be salvaged. But do you want to? Have you actually given up all hope with the Star card in reverse? I think there's still hope to this situation. The cards say that there's still hope to the situation. You guys might need to seek some sort of therapy, some sort of couples therapy, or go on a couples retreat. The Three of Cups. But this is absolutely salvageable. I wouldn't give up. But that's on you, really. It's all a matter of what you really want to do. Becoming braver, resilience, experience, growing stronger, and fresh perspectives. Sometimes we got to take a step away from the painting, you know? Got to take a step away and get a fresh perspective, like new eyes, I say a lot. I don't know. All I know is I don't know nothing. But I absolutely believe that that situation could be salvaged if the both of you guys work together as a team. Like, it takes two to tango, so not one person is responsible. It's both of y'all. All right? So those are the messages that I have for my Scorpio collective. And until next time, vroom, beep, beep. I'll see you guys later.